You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the June 11th meeting of the Michigan City Water Works Board. You can find more information for this meeting at www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Call this meeting of the Water Board to order. Today is June 11th. First item is approval of the record of the executive session held May 28th.
I'll make a motion, or you make a motion?
I make a motion to
I'll
approve
second that motion.
the executive session held May 28th, 2014. 2024.
Davis seconded.
That's correct.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Approval of the minutes from the meeting held May 28th.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting held May 28th, 2024. Second.
There's a motion second that we approve the minutes held from the meeting held May 28th. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Purchase orders.
Before you have a list of 5 purchase orders. The first one is to Beecher, the 2023 water quality reports, confirming for $577.45. The second is to Omega Rail Management. This is an application fee for review of the project across the South Bend South Shore Railway, the freight line that runs across US 20 near Swan Lake Cemetery, where we have that annexation water main extension. In order for them to even look at our drawings to come back and tell us what we need to do, they want $3,600. That's the way they work. Of note, that is not owned by NICTE. This is the freight line, which is owned by some third-party conglomerate. So, the next one is to Midwest Meter. These are meters, transponders, and brass for stock for $61,265.17. The next is to Diamond Speed Products. This is saw blades for $962. And then the fifth one is actually a modification of our current purchase order for the Highway 20 project with Haas & Associates. With that change that we talked about at the last meeting, the additional engineering is $19,900 because we already had 99% of the other stuff engineered. So we have to add a little bit to get this done, but that's going to be an addition. That's going to be a modification of the current PO we have with Haas.
The question on Midwest Meter.
Yeah.
It's exceptionally high, but is that due to the price of brass, or does it just have to buy all the things at once?
Well, basically they went through and reviewed what we had on the shelf and where we were getting short on items. And if you, and basically we have, we're ordering, let's see here, about 154 meters, another 46 meters, and then we have 120 meter bases because we end up swapping out parts. So this is to put stuff back on our shelf that we were getting low on. And the brass fittings, there's not huge quantities, 10 of this particular one, 30 of another, 30 of another. But you know, it just keeps adding up. But the meters are the bulk of the dollars. Out of the 61,000 meter expense on this is about 50,000 of that is meter expense. The rest of it's brass.
So basically, it's just retaining stock and replacement stock.
Putting on the shelf what we need to have, anticipating their long lead times, especially on the meters. So we are making sure that we have enough meters coming in so that when we, basically by the time the meters that we have on the shelf, by the time we get these, the ones we currently have on the shelf will probably be almost gone.
Okay.
So it's And we've got a lot of meters out there that are about 15 years old, and that's about where their lifespan is. And so we're changing quite a few meters because of that.
Okay, I'm good with that. I'll make a motion to accept the list of purchase orders dated 6/11/2024 for $86,304.62.
I'll second it.
There's a motion second, we approve the purchase orders dated as of June 11th. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Claims.
Make a motion to approve the list of claims dated June 11, 2024.
I'll second it.
Motion second, we approve the list of claims dated June 11th. On the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, approval of new distribution superintendent's salary.
The bad debt list.
Bad debt.
Bad debt list.
Make a motion to approve the bad debt list for bookkeeping purposes.
I'll second it.
There's a motion second, we approve the bad debt list for bookkeeping purposes only. Any additional discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, now we'll get to distribution superintendent salaries.
So as I sent out, we had our meeting last meeting, and Dave has stepped down from the position as the distribution superintendent. I have looked at what work Sarah has done, and Sarah Olson is currently she's currently our distribution foreman. She was able to step in recently while the current superintendent, or the previous superintendent, was out on leave, and she was very effective at doing that. So basically, I was looking at, I've talked to her and she's interested in the position. So the salary that I would like to put forward is $37.50 an hour. This is an exempt salary, so there's no overtime. But we put them in as hourly rates because the State Board of Accounts likes that.
Okay.
Prefers that when it comes to doing the audit and stuff. So that comes out to a salary of $78,000 per year. But I would also like authorized permission that, and I would of course come to the board and say that this is what that we would like to bump this, but I would like that upon her completing her distribution system large DSL certification with IDEM, that she would be brought up to $42.31 per hour, $88,004.80. That's again that issue with the State Board of Accounts, and that's very close to where the previous superintendent was for the position. She has taken the operator school class. She has not taken the test yet, so but she will have to get this DSL as part of the job. But I'll be working with her to get that taken care of.
That's good.
So basically, what I need the board, the primary thing I need the board to approve is the salary of the $37.50 per hour, and then that the board is amenable to the additional amount provided once she passes her certification. But of course, I come and let you know about it before we officially do it.
I'm good with that. You guys, how you guys feel?
That's fine with me, yeah. Good, yeah.
Should be very good at it.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve the new distribution superintendent's salary, and then the increase based on certification completion.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second to approve the salary recommendations from our superintendent as presented. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Old business.
I'll mention real quickly, if you take a look at our pension fund balance report, we hit a major milestone this past week.
20 million.
Yeah, that's a big jump considering at the end of '22 we were at 16,300,000. So that's a big increase over the last 2 years.
It's been good.
Yeah, it's been doing well. I am expecting to have actuarial reports soon, shortly. That's all I wanted to mention under old business.
All right, new business.
Under new business, I do have one request on the US 20 water main extension project. Indiana Department of Transportation has requested that we provide a bond for the work that we're planning to do when we go across the railroad. We need to do this out. There's going to be some pavement that we have to take out to do this because everything that's in the Indiana Department of Transportation right-of-way that isn't under pavement is full of train equipment, wires, other cables, all kinds of stuff in the ground there. We need to be able to have a clear shot to put our casing underneath that railroad. If we go further inland and we cross the railroad, then we have to get an easement from the railroad, and then they charge us annually for that crossing. They get to choose the amount too. If we go underneath the highway, it's in the right-of-way, they don't get to charge us that. So to save the money in the long run, we're going to spend a little extra money in the short term on the construction to put it under that pavement. But NDOT has had some other issues in other municipalities, and because of that, plus the scope of our project, they said that they wanted a bond for the project. And they have to have the bond by Friday, or we have to start all over with our permit paperwork. I have the bond. I found out about this last week, but it took all this time until about 4 o'clock this afternoon is when I found out how much the bond is going to be. It's a $450,000 bond. It's $4,500 per year, which that's not bad, 1%. And so basically what I would need permission from the board is to be able to pay the $4,500 bill. It didn't make it into there wasn't a way to put it into the POs for today, and there was no way to, one thing we did do is we did transfer from our improvement fund the money needed for it. So basically we would be writing a check following this meeting to send it out to NDOT so they get what they need, or well, actually to our insurance company so they can get the bond for us. We send that to the insurance company, we get the bond, we send the bond and all the permit paperwork to NDOT, and that process keeps moving, and then it'll be on the next claim, but it would already have been paid and most likely the check had already been cashed. So I would need to have permission from the board to do that, because that's out of the normal scope of purchasing.
So we do need an approval for $4,500 to move forward.
I need to have an approval to pay the $4,500 to purchase the bond for crossing the railroad.
I'll make a motion to move forward with that.
Second.
Motion and second that we approve the $4,500 purchase of a bond for the annexation project. Any additional discussion?
Yes, you said that's to go under?
That's so we could put the water main
Under,
under the pavement.
okay,
So we have to cut the pavement. The water main's gonna be under the tracks, under the pavement.
under the tracks,
But we
okay,
have to cut pavement, and that's why NDOT wants the bond.
got it, thank you.
All right.
All right, on the question? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Any other new business?
Just as a heads up, the State Board of Accounts has officially and unofficially started their audit of our department. They're scheduled to have an entrance meeting on Thursday, the general entrance meeting for the city. And did you get copied on that, Ken? Okay, I'll get you the information. It's just a Zoom meeting. But basically, normally that's what would be the kickoff to doing that. But our accountant is going to be out for medical leave starting the 13th, starting Thursday. And he's going to be gone for several weeks. So I notified State Board of Accounts when we found out that they were planning to start. And so they came in and kind of got the ball rolling so that they wouldn't have to try and wait for me and Janet to figure out where things are that Chris knows instantly.
Oh, yeah.
So I just want to let you know that the State Board of Accounts is starting their audit.
Okay,
All right, any other new business?
That was it.
Public comment? Director's comments? I'd just like to say thank Andy for all the
Thank you,
time
Ken.
he put in it. We'll miss him.
yeah, for
I'm
sure,
sure he'll do a good job.
for sure.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, it's been a joy being here and being with you, and hopefully I can come on back. And
Yes,
if you need anything at the sanitation board, let me know.
okay,
I'll be there.
okay.
Oh, yeah. We'll be working on this together.
All right, any other comments? Or like to move to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Meeting adjourned.